Mole in Paradise, proudly brought to you by HP.
There's a traitor in the group, the Mole, and only the Mole knows for sure who it is. Each week, the contestants must sit a computer quiz, answering questions about the identity of the Mole and what he or she has been doing. Last week, Petrina scored lowest in the quiz and she was eliminated. But, as we'll soon see, things in the Mole are never as they seem. There's a traitor at work, and to find out who it is, you need to watch closely. Can you spot the clues? And can you answer a simple question? Who is the Mole?
10 contestants, 10 weeks, 1 winner, taking home up to $500,000. But one of the 10 is being paid to deceive the others and sabotage the games. That person is the Mole. The contestant who figures out who the Mole is and who does the best job at tracking and remembering the Mole's every move wins the money. So can you figure out who is the Mole? Who is the Mole? What clues could you have seen to identify the traitor? Episode 1. Cam and Nikki fail to open a safe and it costs the group $1,000. Sean fails in a prediction and they lose another $1,000.
I jumped. No, you stayed in the plane.
Petrina's pulled off the high wire.
Go back, we're pulling you out.
The 10-minute penalty cost them the assignment. Which of these people is the traitor?
I'm not the Mole.
Who is costing the team so much money?
I'm not the Mole. I can't keep a secret for anything.
Cam and Alison miss the target and miss out on $40,000. And a photo assignment gets erased from a camera.
It's empty.
Can't be.
It's empty.
Costing the group $13,000.
Good luck.
The following week, a car parking puzzle ends in failure. Who was calling the shots? Who cost them $10,000 in prize money?
I'm thinking that you guys are having a problem solving this for a number of reasons. I wouldn't mind having a crack at this.
Yes, you can. Go for it.
And a hostage assignment is missed out on by less than a minute.
No, I'm sorry. No money there, mate. Why don't you come on back?
Was someone deliberately delaying them?
We're going to look for the brand door in the bloody thing.
Which one of them is the Mole?
I'm not the Mole. I'm here to take home the cash. Simple as that.
Get the answer wrong and a contestant risks being eliminated. Stace, Greg and Josh all got it wrong. Cam too was eliminated.
You can have Cam back.
But in a $50,000 deal, he returned to the game.
Welcome back. We have an assignment for you. You better throw that on.
Last week,
I may have a little offer for you.
4 contestants were offered an exemption from being eliminated.
This could be the ticket.
A free pass through to this episode. All 4 refused the offer.
Forget it, leave it as I said.
Petrina, the New South Wales sales assistant, was to regret not taking the free pass.
And when Grant made us that offer and we'd been through everybody else and it got to my turn, I just didn't know what to say.
That night, she scored lowest in the computer test.
Petrina.
And she was eliminated.
We have to go.
Petrina is out of the game, sent home empty-handed.
I feel like such an idiot.
Or at least she thinks she is. What she doesn't know is that we have a deal to offer her. Petrina will be offered the chance to come back into the game.
Petrina?
But if she accepts the offer, it will cost the group $50,000.
This is a nightmare.
How you doing? I tell you what would it be worth to you to be back in the show? For the price of Cam, for $50,000. I tell you what, it's late, you've had a long day, probably tired. Why don't you think about it? Get back to me in the morning.
But you're saying that I can go back?
For $50,000, you'll be kidding.
How much is there now?
109. Anyway,
That's almost half.
Sleep tight. I know.
You're mad. You guys are mad.
Petrina has all night to make up her mind. The other contestants have no idea that an offer has been made to Petrina and that she could be coming back into the game. They're simply on their way to their next assignment at a waterfall outside Namia.
Hi.
Petrina was resurrected. Quite a shock.
What's wrong? You look sad.
She was standing there like she'd had the blood drained from her. She was just like a statue.
Look who I found.
Oh my God.
I had a chat to Petrina after she was eliminated. Made her an offer. She paid $50,000 from your kitty to be returned to the show. And here she is. Anything you want to tell them?
I had one regret. I didn't want to have two.
Had I been in her shoes, I would have taken the offer and come back. I wish she hadn't have. I wish we had the money because our money is so low. We're not going anywhere with money.
At the end of the day, anyone who says that they wouldn't do it, telling lies, basically. I'd have spent the money and come back without even thinking.
Welcome.
Welcome back.
Come aboard. My room was so quiet this morning.
The girls were great. I mean, I was really surprised. They were really happy to see me and really welcomed me back. The boys just kind of, I don't know, glared at me and basically didn't speak to me.
I don't know, it was weird. I was glad that she was okay, and I knew that it meant a lot for her to be in the game. And so in that sense, I was like, oh, you know, good for her. But then I was like, oh, you just took all this money away from us.
Petrina isn't the first contestant to come back into the game.
Cam.
2 weeks ago, Cam, the firefighter, was eliminated.
Cam, we have to go.
But someone in the group voted for Cam to return.
Group, meet Cam. Cam, join group.
Hello.
When I came back, I was brought back into the game by somebody else. I had no choice in the matter. I wasn't consulted. I just, next thing you knew, I rounded a corner and I'm back again. And the group made 50 grand from it. Petrina was eliminated from the game and made the conscious decision to take $50,000 away from the rest of us to bring herself back into the game.
He was just so angry that she was back. And he was angry because when he came back, none of us looked happy. We just all stood there with this blank look on our face because we didn't want Cam back.
$50,000.
Down.
Down.
I will learn it again.
Well, now that you say that, I have an assignment for you. Over there's a waterfall.
"16 bags will be thrown over a waterfall. 4 of the bags contain money, and the game will be to fish out of the water the bags that contain the money. It'll be a game of skill and memory. In the first 4 bags to be dropped over the waterfall, the money will be in the green bag.
Remember the words as well, not the colour.
Okay, red bags, accessories.
Remember the word, not the colour. Don't look at the colour.
Blue luxury, blue ribbon,
Red bag, card.
You got that. Good. Drop 2.
That was just the first drop. Yes.
In the second drop, the money's in the red bag.
Is everyone doing one each?
Yes.
Hang on, what's everyone doing?
I'm going with the money. I've got the money bags.
Work out who's going in what drop.
Well done.
Altogether, there'll be 4 drops. Drop 3 and the money's in the yellow bag. The other bags contain items which will be of use to them that night.
Everyone remember each drop.
Last one.
In each drop, they're allowed to retrieve just 2 bags. The bags that they're really going to want that night are the essential bags, plus, of course, the money bags. If they retrieve all 4 money bags, they'll win $20,000.
I knew I had the essentials, and so that was our highest priority, that and the cash.
Before the game starts, they'll all need to get to the other side of the river. During the game, only one person will be in the water at any time. The other contestants will be using the ropes to pull whoever's in the water towards the bags. Once the bags are thrown in, they'll only have 3 minutes to get the bags they want. And in each round, they'll only be allowed to pull 2 bags out of the water.
Go for the yellow, Nick, if you can. Oh my God. Go for the green one, Nick.
The first bag Nikki grabs is the money bag. It contains $5,000.
If we didn't have Sean and Cam pulling us from backwards and forward, I would have been able to swim from one side because that current was just pulling you and your shoes were pulling you the other way.
That's crazy, they're not even moving. Here we go. Here we go.
Nikki's grabbed the first 2 bags that she could reach, but she's had a stroke of luck. As well as grabbing the money bag, she's grabbed the yellow bag containing the essentials.
That is crazy.
In the second drop, it's Nathan who's doing the swimming. He too grabs the first 2 bags that come to him.
Wait, Nathan, they're coming fast, they're coming fast. Hey, which one's got the money, which one's got the essentials?
Remembering what colour bag the money's in isn't as easy as it sounds. You've just seen it, so can you remember? Which colour bag is the money in? Was it the green bag, or have they just missed out on $5,000?
And the green one.
In the third drop, Alison's doing the swimming. She has plenty of time, but within seconds, she's picked up the first 2 bags she can find. This is their final chance to pick up a money bag. Within moments, Chris has picked up the bag filled with accessories.
Green! Green! Go the green! Chris, behind you! Chris, behind you! Chris, we're bringing you toward the rocks. There's one over here. Turn around! Oh.
But the yellow bag's the only one Chris gets. There are 3 bags still in the water, and one of them contains $5,000. Chris somehow never reaches it. Only 2 of the bags they pulled out contained money, giving them $10,000 out of a possible $20,000. Was Chris really trying her hardest? Were the others helping her or hindering her? And whose job was it to remember which colour bag contained money? But what do the other bags contain? It's only that night that they'll find out. At a historic and now disused jail where they'll be faced with their next assignment.
As we arrived at the jail, we were all so tired. We were absolutely drenched. Oh, no way. The little cells we're going to stay in. I thought we better not be staying in these by ourselves in the little cold cells because it was freezing cold. Oh, 2. Cooker.
Well, you've won $10,000 at the waterfall. You now have an opportunity to win another 10 or lose it. Above me is a steel ball. It's suspended by an electromagnet that's run by those 3 batteries. Those 3 batteries could fail at any time. If they fail and you fail to catch the ball before it hits the water or the ground, and if the ball touches the water or the ground, you lose $10,000. By the way, it's on. Would someone like to come and make sure it doesn't fall? You have to stand on the planks at all times.
They'll win $10,000 if they catch the ball. They'll lose $10,000 if they drop it.
On Cam, I'll give you one small tip. If your hands aren't under it, you'll never get to it in time. For the rest of you...
Next, on the mole. It's a long night ahead, and sometime that night, it will drop.
That was mole activity. That was big mole.
The steel ball will fall sometime that night. Catch it, and they'll win $10,000. Drop it, and they'll lose $10,000.
Make no mistake, This could fall in a minute, or it could fall at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Now, what you'll be eating, where you'll be sleeping, will be determined entirely by what you caught at the bottom of the waterfall. Let's choose your provisions. Come with me. Essentials, here we go. Okay, here we have essentials.
Earlier on at the waterfall, they'd only retrieved one bag labelled essentials.
With essentials, one choice. Here we have cooking gear. Pretty essential. Sleeping bags is the next one. Your food is the third. And last, pillows. Now, what do you choose?
Okay, that's useless without food. Pillows, I think food.
Food?
Yeah, food, definitely food.
It's gonna be a hard call tonight. You hang there and wrangle your food.
Oh.
Two of the bags they retrieved were labelled luxury.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Luxury food, sweets, alcohol, camp beds, and gastronomic delights. You can take two of these.
We definitely want the alcohol.
Okay, you go for the alcohol.
I guess we want beds as well.
Alcohol in beds. Accessory shop.
Thank you.
Two more bags were labelled accessories, and for a night in a jail, the contents will be next to useless.
We have snack foods.
Yes.
We have, well, beach gear, entertainment, and here, a few common household items. You get to choose two lots. Which would you like?
That one.
Yeah. One more.
And I think I like that one. Yeah.
Guitar and ukulele.
Yep.
Always handy. Becky.
Hey.
If they'd correctly remembered the colours of the bags, they'd have 4 of the money bags, totalling $20,000.
4 lots of $5,000. You can take 2 of those piles.
Sure.
They won $10,000 at the waterfall, but they could so easily have won $20,000. If they drop the ball, even that money will be taken away from them.
If I were you,
Yes?
I'd hold onto those tight. You may be needing them later.
Oh, stop it.
Cam's been under the ball for close to an hour and his attention is wandering. The rest of them are more interested in their winnings from the waterfall. Most of them somehow seem to have forgotten that there's $10,000 at stake.
Curry baked beans. Oh, and it's red wine. That's all right. Cheers.
You want a break, mate?
Yeah, we would do it 15 minutes since.
I reckon no more than 15, otherwise it'll be like...
Yeah, it's right.
Go on, you don't have your hand out, you're not going to catch it.
Waiting for the ball to drop is back-breaking and mind-draining.
Just standing there, you get sidetracked by thoughts of what's happened through the day, and I found myself dozing off, standing up there at one time.
Ooh, what flavour are they? Guys, what flavour did you cook?
How you going, Big Sean?
So, for both. on those planks there.
Yeah.
What you got to do is, while he's standing there, you've got to get him the plank next to him and shuffle across, get your hands out, then you move in position, he'll move off.
Well, he's put his hands up and down the whole time, so I'm getting there right now.
Just keep getting all these and you get sort of that.
Right, big fella.
Get you there in 15 minutes.
How you going? You've got to keep an eye on that too, because you know, looking at that ball for every time you look at it for like 5 minutes, it starts playing tricks on you. Like you feel like you're too far in or you're too far out. You just, you know, it just plays mind games with you.
They're taking it in turns to watch the ball, swapping every 15 minutes.
Are you going in?
Yep. Alright. Got my beer, got my chocolate bar.
You can't have any
Why not?
in there because you've got to stand there with your hands out the whole time. Nothing in
No
there.
beers. Here, will you finish that and do you want me to go?
Fun in that.
Yeah, Al, do you want to finish that and I'll go in?
No, don't worry about it.
Alright.
Get your hands out and move into position and he'll move off. Then you've got to stand there with your hands out and watch the thing the whole time.
One thing's for certain, the ball will drop. All it takes is a moment's loss of concentration and they'll lose $10,000 from the kitty.
Evening all.
Next on The Mole.
Let's just stop this madness, shall we?
There's a deal on offer. Quit now and lose nothing.
What say we all go home?
Or carry on and risk losing $10,000.
I'd hate to be the one standing under that ball and it slips straight through my fingers and we lost $10,000 and we stayed here all night. Would that be awful?
Deal or no deal, it's their choice. The steel ball is held up by a magnet. It's connected to a series of batteries, and sometime that night it will fall. Catch the ball and they'll win $10,000. Drop it and they'll lose $10,000.
All I'm asking of myself and of other people is for 10 minutes of focus at a time. We just need 10 minutes of focus at a time, and I wouldn't have thought it was that hard. The girls weren't terribly interested in standing under the ball. They're under there for 2 minutes going, I'm bored, my arms hurt, my back hurts. I'll go in for my 15. When these two get out of there, we need to have a chat, all right? And I'll be in my office. There's no fun in there. It's no fun in there at all. You're pretty much isolated. You can't have anybody in there with you. And it hurts, and it makes your neck sore, and it's tiring, it makes your arms sore.
I cannot wait to get back to that hotel and stand in the shower or just lay in the bed. It'd be nice, it'd be beautiful. So the sooner the ball drops, the better. That is torture. Oh, I don't know anything worse. Looking up and seeing my own reflection in a big shiny steel ball.
By now, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and they've been waiting for over 4 hours for the ball to drop. For most of them, sleep is more important than the $10,000 they could win.
How I would love to put my head on the tontine in the hotel at this moment. I can just feel myself slipping in between those clean, crisp sheets and just, going to sleep.
I don't think Chris is even going to attempt it tonight. Nikki did it once and she was carrying on after about 2 minutes. Ali's not terribly interested in doing it. Petrina is a serial underachiever. I'm not really there. I think we'll try and keep it with the boys if we can.
Let's hope it drops for the next couple of hours. Any longer, I think we're done for. Everyone was having a few drinks. I said, that's not what we're supposed to be doing here. Let's keep focused. One by one, they started dropping like flies.
Each of the contestants have taken turns to watch the ball, but Cam's doing most of the work, putting in twice as much time as everyone else.
It has been my turn or somebody else's turn, and Cam's gone out and said, look, I'll do it. So he's either making it look like he's the big hero and he's going to be there the whole time, or might let that ball drop. Don't know, to wait and see.
It's now a little before 3 in the morning. It's been 6 hours since they started the assignment, and it's time to offer them a deal.
Evening all. I've got an offer for you. Let's just stop this madness, shall we? This is crazy. What say we all go home?
That sounds good.
If you give up, we'll just cancel the deal. No 10,000 on, no 10,000 off.
I reckon ditch it.
At
least we know we're going to break out even.
You kids can sleep the rest of the night if you want. We'll take care of it.
Nate says no where. What do you say, Cam?
But you'll be kidding me, I'm not going anywhere.
But it's not only staying awake, we need to also know that we can catch the ball when it falls.
I can catch the ball when it falls.
Just come back to the hotel.
We're
Nice,
rusted out
soft
the last 6
bed.
hours. What's another 3 or 4?
Suck it up, people.
Anyone? No takers?
We're in for the long haul.
That's your final word, Petrina? You seemed a little keen to get back to the hotel. Nice shower.
No, I don't think so.
You go to sleep, big boy, don't worry about it. Don't you let me down, Shawnee.
The offer was too good to turn down, but I did, and everyone else did.
Well, all I can say is, when that ball drops, best of luck. Because if it goes through your fingers, you're going to hate yourselves.
I said, if you want to stay here and possibly lose $10,000, you can do it yourself because I'm going to sleep, and that's what I did.
By the end of it, Sean passed out. It was just me and Cam running back and forth all night.
At 3:30 in the morning, the batteries finally gave out.
I was actually looking at it, and as I'm looking at it, the bloody thing's dropped.
$10,000 if Cam can catch. It's 3:30 in the morning. After 6.5 hours, the batteries finally gave out.
I was actually looking at it, and as I'm looking at it, the bloody thing's dropped. I thought, yeah, no worries.
I turned around for 1 second to talk to Alison, and he's on the ground. He wasn't moving or anything. He's got it. And I came around, his hands over his face, shaking his head, and I saw it float in the water. I said, 20 grand. And then everyone goes, no, we could have gone and kept 10 grand.
You did so well. You guys are still people like that.
Fortunately, I was in the right position, but unfortunately, I don't think I was ready for the weight of it. I think the thing weighed 2 or 3 kilos or something like that, or maybe more, I don't know. But it's come down, and I've had my arms were there. I was actually in the position. I was in the catching position, and it's come down, and it's hit me there. I've sort of bounced off that one, it's hit on this one, it's bounced off that one, it sort of rolled down my forearms and sort of through my elbows.
Cam was really adamant that we were not going to go back to the hotel and call it quits. Keep the money that we've got. He was like, no, we can do this. I can do this. He was so sure that he could do it.
Cam's decision to stay cost us $10,000.
I reckon it could have gone either way. If I was out there, I could have dropped as easy as he did.
Chris kind of got out of it without being obvious.
That was big mole activity. That had been going on for 6.5 hours. Why was Cam there when the ball fell? Why did it touch his skin and go straight through?
They lost $10,000 out of the prize kitty. The following morning, they have a chance to win back some money, just by paddling a couple of leaky boats. But first, we have something to give each of them.
You're back.
Something very precious.
Good morning to you. It's a minibus waiting for you outside. It'll take you where you need to go. On the seats of the minibus, you'll see 7 canisters. Yours is stenciled with your initials on it. Keep a hold of them. They're very important and they're very valuable, but don't open them yet. Anybody caught without their canister on them will be fined $1,000 from the kitty every time. Transportation waiting outside. I'll see you where you're going.
The canisters will be needed in a future assignment, and until then, the contestants mustn't open them.
These are pretty cute.
If anyone opens their canister or fails to have it with them, the group will be fined $1,000. For now, they're on their way to their leaky boat assignment. The object is to paddle the 2 boats around 2 buoys.
One small catch. As you take off, I'm going to be taking a plug out of the boat, so you'll be taking on water right from the beginning. This is a race against time. Each time you return from a buoy, I'll ask you a question. If you get the question right, you continue on your merry way. If you get it wrong, I got to pull another plug. Your goal is to finish the course before you sink. If you sink, it's game over. Now, just to show I'm not completely inhuman, I've got a bailer for you. Should help you out. There you go. Got one for you and one for you. You 3 in the red boat.
The game hasn't even started and already they're in trouble.
I thought I'll lean forward because if I step on the boat, it's going to tip up. So I thought if I'd lean forward, I'd counter the weight, but the boat didn't move. So I just put too much weight at the top and kept going, basically. I felt like an idiot after that, too.
Front left plug, Katrina.
There'll be 2 rounds, and they'll win $2,000 for each boat that makes it around all the buoys without sinking.
Bye-bye. Around the first buoy. You tell me. Brilliant. Around that way.
Come on, guys.
The boats are taking on water fast. Nikki's not doing much in the way of bailing, but to stop the boat from sinking, she stands up.
Nikki thought it'd be a great idea to stand up and make things lighter. I don't know how that worked. It was so funny when she said, oh, we were sinking. I thought if I stood up it'd make it lighter.
Nikki's defiance of the laws of physics didn't quite work.
Put it in the boat. No, don't worry about the water. I'll sort that out. Get it out.
The red boat's not doing much better.
It's going down. We're going.
Nothing is going to stop Chris from bailing. That was round 1, and they won nothing.
Don't stand up and don't fall out.
Round 2, and they still have a chance to win $4,000.
Good sailing.
$2,000 for each boat that makes it around the course. The yellow boats made a tactical substitution. Cam has taken the place of Sean. This time around, both boats are making better headway, but the game's far from over. When they get back to the jetty, they'll be asked a question. Get it wrong, and another plug will be taken out.
Red boat. One of King Henry VIII's ships sunk off the southern coast of England. What was the name of that ship? 1, the English Rose. 2, the Catherine Rose. 3, the Mary Rose.
Mary?
Correct. Off you go. Well
The
done.
red boat simply has to get around one more buoy, and they've won $2,000.
Yellow boat. On the 19th of November 1941, an entire ship and all people on board disappeared off the coast of Western Australia without a trace. What was the name of that vessel? 1, the RMS Quetta. 2, the HMAS Sydney. 3, the Dunbar.
About second beat.
I think the first or the last.
The Dunbar? Wrong. The Sydney. Thank you, ma'am.
The yellow boat has now lost 2 plugs. Next, on the Mole, they're going to have to bail like mad just to stay afloat. And later on the Mole, which contestant got it wrong? Which of them has failed to correctly identify the mole?
Let's begin.
So who do you think is the mole? For your chance to win $25,000, grab your mobile and SMS the name of the mole to 0421 267 770.
Who is the traitor?
If you are correct, you'll go into the draw to win $25,000.
Enter now.
Plus, go online.
themole.com.au.
Take the weekly mole quiz to win one of 9 holidays to New Caledonia.
Enter now.
And keep watching the mole for more chances.
They'll make $2,000 for each boat that makes it back to the jetty. The red boat succeeds, but the yellow boat is in trouble. Deep trouble. Cam is the first to abandon ship.
That's a bit sus. Drops the ball, now doesn't do it.
When it was tipping, Cam jumped in. He was the first one in the water, and he's swimming back, and he's left the two girls floundering, the boat upside down.
And Cam had swum off half the way, and Katrina nearly got knocked out as well by the boat. And I'm like, Cam, you're this big hero, and you've swum away.
He didn't even look back, and I'm screaming out, what about the girls? And then he's like, oh. And I thought that was really strange.
He was only thinking of himself. He had no idea of helping the girls. Mole activity again. 2 assignments, Cam.
Guys, second boat. I think we'll call that a capsize. But the first boat made it home. $2,000 into the kitty.
They won $2,000, but it could easily have been $8,000. Was anyone deliberately trying to make the boat sink?
If I was sus on anyone, it would have been Sean. 1, because he'd already tried capsizing the boat at the start, and 2, because when he was paddling, we were actually sinking of all the water he was paddling into the boat.
Sean was like paddling water into the boat. We weren't getting anywhere, and he was literally with the oar, oaring water into the boat.
Cam decided to volunteer to dive off the side. And then he started swimming away from the boat and left everyone, so I don't know what his priorities were.
All right, take a few moments off, have a break, do what you want to do before tonight's elimination.
So which one of them is the mole? Have you seen any clues from this episode? Do you think you know who it is? For the contestants, their survival on the show depends on getting it right. The computer test consists of 6 questions about who the mole is and what he or she has been doing. Question 1. When did the mole cross the river by Flying Fox? Question 2. When did the mole swim for a bag? Question 3. Where in the minibus did the mole sit on the way to the leaky boats? Question 4. In the leaky boats, which boat was the mole in? Question 5. What star sign is the mole? And question 6. Who is the mole? The only way to get a high score is to correctly identify the mole.
Cam sort of stuck out a little bit today for me. He did knock back Grant's offer. He did come out and drop the ball. He did dive off the boat today.
My mole suspects, my 2 main ones, are Ali and Chris. Ali, because she always does subtle little things that no one really notices, and Chris always has a really good excuse to get out of things.
I think that Katrina is playing the game, but she has something mysterious about her. Nikki was saying that when they were in the boat today, that Katrina was accidentally knocking out all the plugs and basically just doing the wrong thing the whole time.
I'm really sus of Cam and Sean. Cam, big time. I think I disregarded Sean really early, and all of his little stuff-ups, I just thought, oh, that's just Sean stuffing up. But now I'm not so sure. Now I'm actually sus of him as the mole.
Very heavy on Alison at the moment, even though she hasn't done much in the mole activity, but Cam's back on the list, so I'm hedging my bets, Alison and Cam. Is Cam doing mole activity, or is Cam out there to be seen and to be the hero?
The contestants have their suspicions about who the mole is, but who do you think it is? SMS the name of the mole to 0421 267 770. And if you're correct, you'll go into a draw to win $25,000. So, what clues have you seen? Is the mole Alison, Cam, Chris, Nathan, Nikki, Katrina, or Sean? Whichever contestant has got it wrong and has scored lowest in the computer test is about to be seen. Each night, everyone records a video diary. Tonight, there's something new on everyone's mind.
See this is our canisters. Everyone has a canister with their initials in the top. They're quite annoying, but it looks like it's my new best friend.
If we are caught without these, we lose $1,000 for the kitty. And boy, oh boy, can we not afford to lose any money for the kitty. If I lose any money for the kitty, can you imagine how much I will cop? Oh, heavens.
One thing that's got me a bit worried is this thing. It's a small metal canister. No one has any idea what's inside, and I'm just wondering when we're going to find out. So we'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully, maybe there's an exemption in there, maybe not.
I guess we'll find out.
The contents of the canisters will remain secret until next week. Until then, everyone must have their canisters with them at all times, or face a $1,000 fine from the kitty.
Evening. Kitty started at $109,000. Katrina's re-entrance to the game cost the group $50,000, leaving it at $59,000. Yesterday at the waterfall, you made 10, but lost it by dropping a ball. Today's pull the plug was much sound and fury, signifying very little, gained you $2,000, bringing the kitty to a total of $61,000. One small item of housekeeping. Canisters, please. Thank you. Now, the elimination. Let's begin. Chris. Katrina. Alison. Nikki. Nikki, we have to go.
Nikki was an absolute breath of fresh air.
She brought so much to the group, spontaneity and courage. She was fantastic, particularly in all of the physical challenges.
She's absolutely fearless in the way she did things. She didn't even think about it, and she'd be bouncing all the time, ready for the next thing to do.
She's the type of person, if she reaches for the stars, she'll exceed that and she'll grab the heavens.
You have a safe trip.
Nikki failed to correctly identify the mole. She scored lowest in the computer quiz and she was eliminated. Next week, underwater charades.
Good one!
Which actor died in which film?
Pearl Harbor.
I don't think Ben Affleck dies.
There's $10,000 in one of the coffins, but have they pulled up the right coffin? And real-life drama with real-life police. Reality TV gets a bit too real.